Hey, thanks for stopping by for the third and final video in this training series. So if you missed the first two, video 1 sent last Friday was about section 1 of the course, which is swings and get-ups and then their correctives. On Monday, you got one that was all about section 2, cleans, press, squat, snatch, and then the correctives for those. Today we're going to talk about program design. So what you're going to see today is a follow-along workout that you can do for yourself or in your classes. And on the actual video, we have 6, 3 for single bell, 3 for double bell, and then also a segment on how I put together my general population classes. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer, it will help you give an outline to do-it-yourself, because you're a do-it-yourselfer. So that video is coming up right after this. And then just to remind you, the cart's going to open Friday, and it'll be open for a week, and then the price is going to raise. So keep an eye out for that email on Black Friday, and you can get your product then if you feel like this course is the right fit for you.
This is the second double bell training session. For the warm-up this time, I'd like you to have your students do 5 minutes of baby crawls. Just like it sounds, they're crawling as if they're babies on the ground. You'll be shocked at how much you feel this in your abs and how great you'll feel afterwards. So for the first exercise in the circuit, Greg's going to do a suitcase deadlift. He's setting up each bell on either side of his feet. All right, suitcase deadlifts. Ready? Go. His eyes are forward. His shoulders are back. He's slowly squeezing the bells off the ground. Just like in the sumo deadlifts, he's not yanking them off the ground. He's slowly squeezing them off the ground, wedging his hips in between his knees and his shoulders. His gaze is straight ahead. I like to look where the wall meets the floor. My friend Dan John likes to say, eyes on horizon, if you can't remember where you're supposed to look. And you're done. All right, the next exercise we're going to do is called the floor press. So Greg's going to get on the floor and set up his bells on each side. Now, safety first. When he starts to set up his bells in a few seconds, he's going to use both hands on his non-dominant side, and then he's going to use his stronger side to pick up the other bell. So he'll be in a fetal position. He's going to roll it onto his back, and then he's going to grab his other one. Greg's going to have his feet straight out, and he's going to press to the sky. Go. Notice that his forearms stay vertical throughout the entire movement. If you have someone who bends their arms too much, the leverage is not going to be on their side, and it's going to put their elbows in a very compromising position, and they might even drop the bells, which could be very dangerous. Again, he's matching his breathing with the motion, breathing out on the hard part. And you are done. Okay, the next is one of the most challenging kettlebell exercises that there is. Greg's very advanced. We've been training together for about 7 years. So do not try this with a new person. If you've got a new person, you can switch out alternating swings or alternating snatches instead of a double kettlebell snatch. When doing a double kettlebell snatch, you really have to get the hips involved. So if your students don't have enough power, don't try to get them to do this. All right, double kettlebell snatch. Ready? Go. So he's going to snap super hard and punch really fast, trying to get those bells up all the way to the top, to where they're weightless, and he never has to press them out. If you have someone who's ready to do this but isn't quite ready to come straight down, they can rack the bells in between and then do the second snatch after racking the bells. Otherwise, they can just do what Greg is doing and go straight into it. All right, 3, 2, 1, done. Awesome. Okay, to counteract that super hard exercise, we're going to do something for mobility. This is an exercise that should feel good. It should not feel like a strain. So if this is something your student is struggling through, they're probably going too heavy, and you want to knock down the weight a little bit. So when doing a halo, to make the motion easier, the bell will be upside down. So Greg's going to grab the bell by the horns, but it's going to be upside down instead of right side up as in the squat. All right. So Greg is just going to halo around his head. Go. Notice that his head is neutral. He's moving the bell around his head. He's not moving his head around the bell. That's something you're going to see with people with mobility issues. What this exercise is designed to do, go ahead and switch sides, is increase shoulder mobility and T-spine mobility, and at the same time, training stabilization in your lower body. The breathing in this should just be very natural. There's no power breathing in a halo. And once you're even, he's done. Great. Okay, the next exercise is a 3-exercise combo. So what we're gonna do is a clean squat press. He'll pull it down and then repeat clean squat press. The most important thing in a clean squat press is that you rack the bell before you reclean it. So don't try to blend it all together on the way down. Clean squat press. Ready, go. So one clean, he's gonna pull into a squat. He's gonna drive through his heel to press. He's gonna pull it down, and then he's gonna reclean it and repeat. So notice how he's separating it on the way down, but blending it together on the way up. This is a way a student can start to use a heavier bell for an exercise because it helps them get used to the press overhead before they might have the strength to strictly get it up there. And after this one, you'll be done. All right, we're gonna even it out and do the same thing on the other side. Again, if you've got a student who's really close to pressing a heavier bell, maybe they can get it halfway up. This is a great drill just to get them used to having the bell overhead. All right, again, we're gonna even it out on the other side. All right, clean squat press. Ready, go. So he's slowly pulling himself down and driving it up. And then he pulls it to the rack before he begins to squat again. And then he's power breathing, using that breath to help him get the bell up. Good. So he sniffs in through his nose, forcefully exhales to initiate the exercise. You've got 10 seconds left, or until you're even, whichever comes first. All right, done. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna finish this off with a couple of sets of one-arm swings. So remember, in the one-arm swings, your free hand is out to the side, your shoulder is packed, and you don't rotate. So you should be just as square in your hinge and your snap as if you had one bell with 2 hands on it. All right, so notice when Greg gets set up for his one-arm swing, he has the handle slightly tilted towards him, and his lat is already engaged. His eyes are forward, and he's ready to go. All right, let's do it. So notice how square Greg is. He's not rotating. He's not reaching forward with his left hand. He's staying very square and very connected. That's important for shoulder safety. It also keeps you in charge instead of having the bell be in charge. All right, 10 more seconds. Great breathing. All right, notice that he's being very explosive, driving through his heels, snapping his hips. And you're done. Okay, once we even ourselves out on the other side, your student will be done with round 1.